Well, good afternoon, Tiger sports fans. Here from Rexlinger Stadium, Kip Curran Field. It's 8th grade junior high football. I'm your host, Mark the Captain Bly. The snowman, Phil Snow, will be on the call with Mr. Scott Barrett. I'm down here at the coin toss. And
like
Bryan has won the coin toss, and they have
elected to
receive. So something a little bit different today. We're down on the field to bring you the on-field action. Scott Barrett in the booth up there. Scott, this ought to be a good contest today.
That's the Bryan football team, a junior high program. Mark has not lost. This 8th grade team, I think, is like working on something like 11-0. They come in tonight 3-0, and it's a big, strong football team. And this class, this 8th grade class, has 31 actives, 33 on the roster. This is the biggest class I think one of the biggest classes they've ever had. And our AD, Caleb Pullman, mentioned that this is as big of a class as they've got in their top 3 in high school, Mark. So a lot of momentum, a lot of investment in these 8th graders, and they are doggone good.
Well, they're not only large in numbers, they're just large.
Yeah, they look like a freshman football team. The guys up front. Last year at Bryan, they took a commanding lead against us. And then, of course, Jack Badenhop just pulled rabbits out of his hat to keep us in it. But we think we lost that game by a touchdown. But this Bryan football team is loaded. Offensive linemen, certainly wide receiver, skilled guys, and their quarterback tonight, good player number 12, Tyler Tipton, can throw it and run it. You'll see a Bryan team here, Mark, as you kind of work through your analysis on the field. But this team runs exactly what you're going to see at the high school level. So it's a bit of a preview for Friday night at Bryan, so the way they like to run the football. A lot of read option out of the quarterback. So their best athlete is going to be their focus tonight. But they've got good running backs, and where they're really strong, Mark, is their offensive line. They are big and strong.
Yeah, and when I was out at the coin toss, referees, the big boys were out there, and the referees kind of went, hey, good luck, guy. Holy moly, they all looked up and had no idea that they were that large. So I'm going to be close to the action down here, so we'll get some insights on that. But I think Liberty Center's ready. I talked a little bit to the coaches down here, promised them I wouldn't follow them around because we don't have a bleep button,
Right, of course.
But, the kids are ready, and they're jacked up. They're ready to go.
Couple things to know about Liberty Center tonight. You know that Jack Badenhop, the quarterback, is out with an injury. So the quarterback tonight will be number 4, Roston Peters. 2, the center, number 51, Cooper Hageman, is out with an injury. So we have shifted the center tonight. I believe number 33, Jack Ward, our top utility player, a guy that can do it all, catch it, run it, throw it, and snap it, and a very good blocker, I think will be at center tonight. And one thing to also, I'm kind of anxious to see what you see, Mark. We're going to run a lot of pistol. A pistol is kind of a modified shotgun with one back right behind the quarterback. Now, they may switch that a little bit and flank one way or the other, but they believe that the snap to the center is easier out of a pseudo shotgun versus being under center, because we had a lot of problems at Archbold when Jack Badenhop went out, and a lot of fumbles. So tonight, out of the pistol, we'll be anxious to see how we execute just that snap function operation tonight.
Yeah, and I think you're right. And the situation when Badenhop went out was it was an instantaneous change. They've had a week to prepare now, so
yes.
I think both of those, the preparation and the change to the shotgun style, is going to make a big difference.
Well, Liberty did get a win against Swanton, and they were able to execute the snap function a lot better. So here we go.
I got to figure out where the legal boundaries for announcers on the field are. So.
I think you can go anywhere, man. Good-looking off-tackle run and a good tackle for Liberty Center by number 19, Colton Weimer. You're going to see Colton Weimer do a lot of – he's very active defensively, kind of their defensive leader, tackle leader, and a gain of 5 yards here to start, 2nd and 5 on the 40 for Bryan. You've got the call if you can see it. Sometimes you can't. You might be obstructed, but we're going to give you the call to start.
All right. And Bryan's in the shotgun here, 3 wide on this side. He'll take a look. They're going to throw that little screen out. A great play by the Liberty defender. Cut him off. And a few missed tackles, and the coaches are screaming, you got to tackle.
Yeah, those perimeter plays puts a premium on open field tackles. You're right, Mark, and I can see Coach Miller, had him for a loss to put him in a third down, but a couple of missed tackles, and Bryan, wide receiver, did a good job of getting up the field and getting the first down.
But I tell you, Scott, the guard and the tackle for Bryan got out quick.
Yeah, they're athletic up front.
Very athletic. It was enough for a first down, too.
It's number 75, Isaiah Britt, got out in front of that, too. Very active on the offensive line.
Wow, some big collisions out there.
Big run here, too, by number 22, Griffin Fowler. That was just a basic 6 sweep out of that shotgun, and Liberty Center got caved down on the right side. Those big offensive linemen for Bryan really controlling the line of scrimmage early.
Yeah, and they were getting to the secondary, too, real quick.
Really like Bryan's guys up front. They got some size. Connor Monroe, number 78 at left tackle, is just enormous. Number 57, Sabian Brown at left guard is an outstanding guy. He gets out and moves really well. I mean, they've got some guys up front. Number 55, also Cooper Vollmer, just players all over the offensive line.
Yeah, and they're just going to line up and play power football.
Here you go. Nice-looking play, nice-looking tackle. Number 33, Jack Ward on penetration on a negative play. Mark, we needed that. Liberty's going to have to take some chances, I think. You would agree. They're not going to go man-to-man and try to stop these guys and move these guys. So getting in gaps, some blitzes are going to have to be creative from Coach Miller on the defensive side.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Ward did on that play. He shot that gap and made a good tackle. And, the coaches, again, are screaming, make the tackle, make the tackle. And Ward listened, obviously, that time.
2nd 11 on Liberty's 25. Back to pass. Big long throw. Roston Peters at safety. Mark comes over and just barely misses the pick. Jake Arnold was at quarterback there. He's the thrower of the two quarterbacks, and it was a really good read by our rover in the middle of the field, and just couldn't complete the play. A little disappointed. That could have ended Bryan's drive. 3rd and 11, though. That receiver was open on that slant, though. Is that what you saw?
Yeah. Peters made a good play on it. He came in just a little bit late, but he still could have picked it. He was mad at himself. You could hear him.
3rd and 11 at Liberty Center's 25 with 6:10 to go here in the first quarter. First drive for Bryan. Looking to pick up the first down. Little handoff, going to get outside.
The Bryan back just outran his blocking at that point, Scott. They had a nice wall set up. Number 55 for the Golden Bears was on the move, and the running back just went past him. He didn't wait for the block. Liberty was fortunate on that.
Good-looking tackle that time by number 14, Troy Parasini. 4th down and 3 to go on Liberty's 18, and Bryan feels very advantaged, I'm sure, in the run game and the athlete game. So if Liberty can stop him here on 4th down, that would be a great opportunity for them to get the ball in decent field position. And they're going to stop him. Great penetration. Number 62,
yep.
Jake Parasini with the initial hit, and Liberty has stonewalled Bryan on the first drive. Man, Mark.
Yeah, that was a nice play. The line just got off the ball quick, Scott. That was really the difference there. It wasn't like they shot a gap or whatever, but it almost looked like the Bryan Golden Bears didn't know what the snap count was.
It was impressive. A little bit of a delay. You might be right on that. On the field, you might have a little bit more of an angle to that, but Liberty beat them off the ball, beat their blocks, and what a great play of number 62, Jake Parasini, to stop them in their tracks. So that was a big-time stop. Bryan took the ball for a reason, and I think that they felt pretty advantaged. Liberty stops them. Here we go. First down for Liberty Center. Ball on the 18, 5:30 to go, in the pistol. 2-back set. Straight dive by Colton Weimer. Good tackle by number 10 for Bryan, Ethan Longoria.
Yeah, but I like that Liberty's linemen were sealing the blocks off. The running back just didn't keep his head up, just saw the line coming and put his head down. But Liberty was moving some linemen around, so that's a good sign early here.
Bryan in a 3-man front. Now they're going to go down in a 4-man front. 4 down linemen, Liberty Center here. It's about toss to number 35, Westoven. And Tice Westoven, did he fumble the football?
Yep, the referee saying he was down.
So Bryan does a great job on the perimeter right there. Tice more of an inside runner. Liberty Center lost a couple of yards, 3rd and 12
Yeah, that was definitely Bryan just ate that play up, Scott. It's almost like Liberty's going to have to hit that quick trap and get to the second line here. If they try to run something wide, Bryan's got a lot of good athletes. Man, they flowed to the ball quick.
Jack Ward doing a really good job at center. No fumble snaps so far. 3rd and 12 on Liberty's 16. Now Roston goes back to throw. He's going to keep the ball and run it. Here he comes. Pretty speedy. Uh-oh.
Yeah, and that is a fumble.
Oh, man. Roston took a pretty big hit right there. I think number 6 or number 60 just laid him out, and he fumbled, and I think that's going to be Bryan's football.
Yeah, he took a big hit. He was a little bit indecisive which way to go. He thought about going out of bounds, but he tried to cut back in, and the backside defender caught up to him, and good backside hit caught him off guard. The ball was fumbled, and Bryan recovered here on the 24-yard line.
Now, Roston, not a big guy, and he did a good job getting the first 6 or 7 yards, but exactly as you said, a little hesitant. And, boy, you've got to go one way or the other, either get out of bounds or finish the run and get down. And as a quarterback, we got to keep him kind of healthy because he's kind of running our offense right now. But first down for Bryan at Liberty's 23, 4:10 to go, and here comes the Bryan Golden Bears threatening close to the red zone.
Yeah. And, Scott, I just want to say with Ralston Peters, he's a running back.
Right.
He's playing quarterback.
Right. Well, he's doing a good job for us thus so far. Hand up the middle for Bryan. Inside run. Number 22, 8-9 yards. Number 22, Griffin Fowler. Big halfback. Followed his blocking that time. You talked about impatient running early. He was much more patient that time and followed his blocks for 9 yards. Liberty center.
Yeah, and that's the big difference with that, Scott, is, the run that he didn't wait for his blocks, he got 3. When he was patient enough, he got 9.
You give Bryan's offensive line the opportunity to get on their defenders, and they're pretty dangerous. 2nd 1 at Liberty's 14. A little rollout to throw. Guy wide open at the 5-yard line, and he will stretch, and he will get in the end zone.
Yep.
Just a little sprint out by Jake Arnold, who's kind of one of their top players and top athletes, and made a really nice throw. Get the number here to number, is it 2 or 8? He was wide open at
8.
About the 3, number 8, Nate Root. So Bryan gets on the board after a fumble by Liberty Center. It looks like they're going to go for 2. Big roster, Mark, 31 guys dressed, a lot of size. Bryan's distinctly advantaged in the size and athlete department tonight. Here we go for the 2-point conversion. Arnold with the snap again. Another rollout, little run pass option. He will run it in.
Again, the big lineman of Bryan just making room down here. Be it tough. Liberty's going to have to make some adjustments on defense. They can't go man for man here.
Now, Liberty has done a good job on the interior against inside run, but that play rolled out Jake Arnold, number 6, and did not get a lot of defensive back support there, Mark. He easily got in the end zone to make it 8-0. So with 3:25 left to go here in quarter number 1, Bryan 8, Liberty Center nothing. And I'm not sure if you can hear what Coach Miller's got to say, but this is going to be a very important drive to keep Liberty Center within striking distance. This Bryan team looks pretty dominant on offense.
Yeah, I am at an advantage point where I can hear him, and he's just like, look, just play Liberty Center football. Hold your blocks, get after the ball, get off the ball fast. He said that speed is going to be the factor here. We've got to be quicker.
So Liberty Center takes over at their 35. Roston still at quarterback. Roston Peters.
Yeah, and he did take that big hit, but he seemed fine.
2 backs in the backfield. It's Weimer and Westoven in this mini shotgun. Roston with a quick handoff to Colton Weimer. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. He is swarmed under by the Bryan Golden Bears. So a little bit, as you talked about, Mark, the quicker, quick hitter, ball more vertical running game instead of that outside run game. And Bryan showed up there. Number 79 leads the charge, Easton Salmons, and number 70, Harrison 6. These are some big guys that are much bigger than our tackles right now. So Liberty 2nd and 9. They gave them a yard gain. Here we go. 2-back set. Quick throw here out to Parasini. Good job by Bryan. That was basically a quick pass left. Good throw, good catch by Troy Parasini, but Bryan's defensive backs just beat their blocks, and a negative play for Bryan. Liberty will be in 3rd and 11 at their own 34.
Well, and I think somewhat I'm seeing down here, I can kind of see right at the line of scrimmage, Liberty's starting to settle in a little bit. Ralston Peters is a running back playing quarterback, and he seems to be settling in a little bit. So
Ross is getting more comfortable, too. That Swanton game, he had some runs. They didn't have a lot of fumbles, so you're right. There's some comfort here. Straight ahead dive. But number 35, Trice Westover, and Bryan just swarms him for yet another negative play. So it'll be 4th down and 11. Liberty will punt this ball, I believe.
Yeah, and Bryan's Scott, they're just big. They're just big. Number 79 for Bryan, he's bigger than the referees.
Easton Salmons. And again, Caleb was telling us, Caleb Pullman, Liberty Center athletic director, was basically telling us that this is the class that they're building everything on in their program, because right now their varsity program is struggling. But this 8th grade class is loaded with size and athleticism. Good punt by number 33.
Nice punt.
It is received.
Yep.
Here comes Liberty Center. Finally gets him down, but a really good punt to start the sequence by Jack Ward. But number 2, Landon Decker with a good return. Liberty gets him down at about the 46-yard line of Bryan. So good punt and good return by Bryan. 8-0. Bryan leads Liberty Center. They're back on offense here with 1:27 to go in the first quarter. Bryan looking to take a 2-score advantage to see if Liberty Center can turn them over or get them out of here after 3rd down. The speed and quickness of Liberty Center's defensive line has been a key to some of those early stops, Mark, and really kind of anxious to see if we can keep that advantage, the speed and quickness.
And that's exactly the word I would use. That's if Liberty can get an advantage, it's going to be the speed factor.
Straight ahead dive, but looks the ball has been fumbled a little bit, but great job and great play. That handoff was not clean. An excellent play by Tice Westoven. Liberty really handling that inside run really well. It's been the outside run where Liberty has struggled to contain, but great job by Liberty's interior defense.
Scott, one of the things that this is the first time I've been down on the field in the 21 years I've been doing this, and immediately I'm in awe with the sounds of the pads.
Yeah, here you go.
And we ought to have some kind of shotgun mic that picks that up, because there is just some hitting going on.
2nd 11 at the 45-yard line of Bryan. Here comes a handoff at the outside sweep, Liberty Center. Ooh, big
get
gainer.
Those big guards out there in front.
Bryan, outside run, doing an excellent job of sealing off interior linemen and getting to the linebackers. Defensive backs need to get into their run fits. 1st down run by Bryan with 38 seconds to go in the first quarter. Bryan on the march inside the Liberty Center 40-yard line at the 39. Big pickup by Bryan's running game.
When Bryan runs those sweeps, those big guards get a running head start. And, man, they're just a load.
And I think their coaching staff is trying to figure out how they're going to control this game. And that outside run, those sweeps have been very effective, and the quarterback sweeps as well. Here we go. Snap is good. Oh, that was fumbled a little bit. Number 12's had some issues. Tyler Tipton, second kind of mishandling of the football.
Well, that almost looked like an RPO. And he stuffed it into 22, and he tried to pull it back out, and a little communication error. So
it's going to end quarter number 1 as Liberty Center trying to defend themselves here. Bryan up early, 8-0, and on the march. And it looks like they're going to be at the 45-yard line of Liberty Center.
All right, well, we got a break in the quarter. Let's hear from our sponsors. Tiger Sports Live would like to thank its 2024-25 title sponsors: KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, Swanton Welding, P's and Ello's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, and the Gerald Grain Centers. We appreciate you guys. They support us, so please support them. Second quarter, once again, Liberty Center down 8-0. Bryan Golden Bears, Scott, I think the word big just comes to mind. They're big, and when they get a head start, man, they're a load to deal with.
Big and athletic. You talked about it. You can see it. It's hard for me to see the actual size difference, but it looks like they've got us by 3 inches and 30 pounds at all those interior lineman positions.
I'm 5'9" on a good day, and every kid on their defense is taller than me.
Yeah. Well, this offensive line just looks as you have said, and they're playing physical as well. You hear those pads cracking. But I would say so far so good. Liberty Center inside run. They've played the inside run well. Linebackers and that four-man front have done a good job against Bryan. But that outside run is where they've been getting their yardage. The quarterback, the sweeps, some of those RPO-looking things they do out of their shotgun. So Bryan athletically can get to the perimeter. So anxious to see if Liberty's got an antidote for that here to go. The beginning of the second quarter, Bryan has the ball on their on the Liberty Center 44-yard line, 2nd and 15, first play of the second quarter. Number 6, Jake Arnold at quarterback. Back to pass. Plenty of time. He's looking. He's got a guy wide open, deep.
And the coach has called that up and out.
Ethan Longoria with a big pass play.
Oh, you talked in the pregame about the quarterback being able to throw.
And he did. That
and
ball
that was right on that was a dime.
30 yards in the air. 34-yard pass play by Bryan to open up the second quarter. Liberty's got to defend the pass because it's going to be a challenge today against the run. But Jake Arnold, excellent athlete, good arm, and had number 10, Ethan Longoria, wide open down the left side or down the Bryan sideline. So here they are inside the Tiger red zone at the 5-yard line. 1st and 5, 7:34 to go. Tyler Tipton at quarterback. Here comes your option. That looked like a read option, and Tipton will score.
Yeah, you get those big guards out in front of him, and they're going to be hard to stop.
Liberty struggling right now in that defensive backfield to get to their run fits on the outside. And Bryan taking advantage of, as you said, mobile offensive linemen, very athletic, skilled guys, and that was a read option, and a lot of attention paid on the inside run. Left a lane for number 12, Tyler Tipton, to score. 14-0. They go for 2 here. See if they can take a 16-0 lead. Tipton again at quarterback, flanked by number 6 and number 22, Jake Arnold. And Griffin Fowler to follow the handoff, and he will get in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So Bryan at the 7:25 mark, up 16-0, and really being able to do it both on the ground and in the air. Mark, Liberty's going to have to figure out where they can turn Bryan over or get them in some more second, third and longs, because that was the success the first time. The first stop stopped them on 4th down, but Bryan has had the answer, up 16-0.
Yeah, and the Liberty coaches are saying, look, you got to go fast.
Yes.
You got to go fast. You got to get off the ball, and you got to be quicker.
Well, if you're not going to go big, you got to go fast. And
Yep.
Liberty, when they've gone fast, Mark, you've seen good plays by the defense. You've seen negative plays. You've seen good tackles. But, when they're going slower on their reads and not as physical, Bryan has taken advantage, and they're up 16-0 here, 7:25 to go in the second quarter. Here comes Liberty Center. Really needs this, their third drive of the game, Mark. They need something to give themselves some confidence.
And, Scott, you coach this. Is it harder to run the quick traps out of the shotgun?
It can be, yeah. Under center, it's a little bit easier to get to the line of scrimmage quicker. When you're farther away from the line of scrimmage, the plays are longer to develop at times. You're doing more of a read instead of just a straight dive or power. So Liberty, there you go. You try to get it inside to Colton Weimer. That was coming out of the halfback position into that zero hole, and Bryan has now started to control that interior line. Liberty with a negative play, 2nd and 11. They tried now to get into that 0-1, those 2 holes, each side of the center, and Bryan just handled us up front, 2nd and 11. Jason Whitmire, Jesse Miller don't lose many games at the junior high level, but they know what they're up against here. Roston with 2 running backs in the backfield. Takes the snap. Here's a toss sweep to Westover. Has some space out there. Gets up the field. Ooh, he drives his feet forward. Excellent run. And all that effort gets you 4 yards, but that's an important 4 yards for Liberty Center to get them, I think, to about 3rd and 8. Maybe 3rd and 7, but
and it
good
was
job.
one of the first times the pulling guards for Liberty Center actually got to the second level and made some blocks.
And Westover knows how to finish a run as well. 3rd and 6. Nice pickup for Liberty Center. Big 3rd down mark for Liberty to keep their defense off the field, even though most kids play both ways. But need a 1st down here.
4 wideouts to this side.
Nobody in the backfield. There's a quick throw.
Oh,
boy, no blocking there. No hope Braxton Tamarine trying to run a wide receiver screen, and Bryan just a step quicker and a lot more physical to make the negative play, and Liberty will be forced to punt here at their own 38.
Well, and Coach Miller's like, okay, everybody was supposed to block. Who blocked? And they all looked at him. So, I don't know. It might be a little bit of an intimidation factor here, Scott.
I agree. There was not a lot of contact and not a lot of blocking on that wide receiver screen, but number 33, Jack Ward, good punt the first time. Good punt here. Fair catch by number 2, Landon Decker, and Bryan will start their drive here at the 5:26 mark, up 16-0. They will start this drive at their 37-yard line. Bryan in control of this football game, and Mark, I think you alluded to it. Liberty looks a little intimidated, and I hear the encouragement. You can tell these coaches. I mean, I don't know. James Whitmire has a winning percentage of about 900 at the junior high level, and Jesse Miller is just a fabulous coach. So certainly getting these guys focused. This is a big drive for Liberty's defense.
Well, and one of the key things here is not one of the coaches raised their voice,
teaching,
pointed out things. They're just coaching them up. Say, hey, we got to do Liberty Center things. Well, you got to be fast off the ball. You got to hit somebody.
Well, I don't see a lot of junior high banners hanging in gyms these days. That's not what you're working for. So this is a big opportunity for growth for Liberty Center. Arnold back to pass. He rolls out to his left, seeing some space. Parasini, good job.
There's a good tackle.
Troy Parasini and Colton Weimer, good flow, and kept that gain to about 3 yards. Jake Arnold was rolling to his left. They like him on the run, Mark. Gives him a chance to throw or run. Run pass option. He's a guy that is pretty effective back there, probably one of their top athletes. 2nd and 8, good job by Liberty defense right there, keeping Bryan a little bit second and long. Here we go, Liberty in a 4-man front. Stand-up defensive end, number 32, Caleb Lester. Here's a little power play. Good penetration. Looked like a blitz from the secondary.
That might have been.
That could have been Roston Peters.
No, that was Tamarine from his nose tackle position. Got through there, hung on for dear life, but made a good tackle.
I didn't see the number.
7.
Yeah, number 7, Braxton Tamarine, a wrestler. You got a brother who's a pretty good wrestler too. And those Tamarines are tough. And that's why Rex Lindgren used to put small guys at nose guard, just to beat them off the ball and be quicker. And having a tough guy like Braxton Tamarine at nose guard has been very effective. Good job by Braxton. Bryan, 3rd and 6. Approaching the 4-minute mark here at the 42-yard line of Bryan. Arnold back to pass. He's got a pump looking for it big down the field. He's got a guy down the sideline wide open. That ball is caught. And will score a touchdown. I believe that's number 2, Landon Decker. So that was a pump and go, kind of a straight 9 cut right down the sidelines, and just ran through the secondary Liberty Center for an easy touchdown. Bryan has shown that they can throw it and run it, and they are dominating this football game, up 22-0 at the 3:54 mark. They will go for 2.
Yeah, and that play was broken coverage, Scott. That wasn't that one of the players got necessarily beat down the field. That pump and go caught Liberty off guard, and that pump fake just froze the defender, and the offensive guy just ran by him.
Jake Arnold at quarterback here. Watch him on the run. Nobody in the backfield. Sends a guy in motion and hands it right to him. Liberty Center gets to him for the tackle, but they are able to drive the ball. No, did not make it. Liberty's defense, an excellent job.
35.
Number 35, Tice Westoven. I mean, we're talking at the inch line, so the coaching staff's got to be somewhat encouraged after that touchdown that Liberty was able to stand up to Bryan's inside run. Good swarming, too, by the Liberty defenders, and kept them out. Could have been 24-0, but it's 22. Again, look at the teaching going on in there, guys. I mean, it's a struggle. Bryan comes in as a serious.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's going on in the huddle right now.
Yep.
Scott, is just a calm demeanor by the coaches. Look, you know what to do. We're not doing it. Get back to what we know.
Well, it's 22 to
play
nothing
hard,
here.
Hit hard.
Yeah, they've got to, like you said earlier, I think Coach Miller might have said it, got to play faster. And now that snap was really encouraging on their goal line defenses. They closed down the 2-point conversion. Let's see if Liberty can put together something here on offense. Some points or a good drive would go a long way to giving them some confidence heading into halftime. Austin Peters in the pistol with Tice Westoven right behind him. 2 split outs down here at the bottom of the screen. Back Bergstrom Barrett. They put Bergstrom Barrett in motion across the formation. And Roston Peters faked the handoff, and it did take the linebackers and the safety a little bit. Then Roston came up the field, and Bryan did a good job of filling that for a no gain. But I like the play. I think that Liberty is trying to figure out, can they work interior with some motion, some eye candy? Can they get to the perimeter? Bryan doing a really good job of reading and reacting. 2nd and 10, 3:21 to go here, second quarter, up 22-0. So Liberty on the drive. In the pistol, another. And oh man.
No, and they're going to throw.
They're going to throw a penalty, I think, against Bryan's defensive backs, maybe helmet to helmet, possibly. Yep. But that was a throw, another one of these. They put Bergstrom Barrett in motion, a fake and a wide receiver screen, and Bryan read it and blew it up. But this could be a 15-yard penalty. We'll see if that's a helmet to helmet.
We'll see what the call is here.
They threw it right in the vicinity of those 4 Bryan defenders who really swarmed that play, but yeah, there you go, a little helmet to helmet. So Liberty
personal foul targeting
gets bailed out. There was some helmet to helmet there. You're down on the field. You can hear those pads crunching. That one I could hear.
Yeah, absolutely. It was, the other thing I noticed with that play, Scott, is as soon as if he would pump fake that screen, both Bryan defenders, they want to hit somebody. I mean,
yes,
they're ball hawking.
They're jumping.
A pump fake and a down and out.
Roston Peters in the pistol, 2 running backs, Westoven and Barrett. Here's the handoff to Barrett. Good cut by Westoven inside. Got a little hesitant, but he had a nice cut. Good job by our offensive line. Good blocks in there to open up a little bit of a hole.
Well, and the referees are warning the Bryan defenders, hey, you don't have to hit off the ball when it's down. They're telling them right now, easy.
Levi Orth with a good block in there, number 33. Jack Ward with a good block in there, number 62. Jake Parasini. Liberty moved some bodies that time and got some things done. Colton Weimer got some things done on the offensive line there. So Liberty a little shorthanded up front, but really good job. 2nd 7. Oh, there we go. A little offsides by Bryan, possibly.
That's got to be a jump by the defender. Yeah, that cannot be an illegal motion.
He got into the neutral zone, so I think that's
easily.
Offsides.
No.
That's offsides. Offsides, Bryan.
Yeah,
so
it is offsides.
That'll be a 2nd and 2 for Liberty Center, as now they're on the march now. That puts them inside the 40-yard line, I think, of Bryan, or are they going to be at the
And, Scott, I want to give some props to the referees. The referee here closest to me couldn't see.
Right.
Because he's in the backfield, and that's what he said. He go, hey, I had to defer. I couldn't see it. All I saw was the offensive lineman come across.
2nd and 2 at the Bryan 42. Liberty on the march. 2 penalties by Bryan is giving Liberty Center an opportunity. 2 backs. Roston in the pistol. Straight ahead dive to Bergstrom Barrett. Ooh, he's driving forward. Took that initial hit. Good job by Bergstrom. Let's see where they spot the ball. Maybe a little bit short.
About a half a yard they gave him on the.
You brought up a really good point earlier. Is it better to run wide or is it better to be vertical up the field? That was a straight dive play and got him within an inch. It's inside a yard for the first down, so I like that play to Bergstrom. Good job by the offensive line. Again, getting some really good blocking up front. Number 32, Caleb Lester with a key block on that play.
Yeah, Scott, I think the way Bryan's flying to the ball right now, anything outside is going to be a crapshoot.
There you go, Colton Weimer. Good cuts, good feet inside. He's driving through. Big first down and extra yardage. Liberty Center, 11-yard gain there. It looked as though about 11-yard gain. Good job by Colton Weimer. He does give us the size and the strength inside. Again, inside run so far has been good. Liberty attacking the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 to go on the Bryan 30 here in the second quarter. Clock is ticking. All 3 timeouts left for Liberty Center. Peters in the shotgun. Takes the snap, back to throw. He's got a guy wide open there in Bergstrom Barrett. Ball was thrown a little bit wide, but that play had some potential.
Yeah, but he had, I'm trying to get the number here. He had a wide open person right over the middle. I think if, and you're asking a lot for a running back. He's been a quarterback for 2 weeks, to look off a defender. or look off a receiver and go to somebody else. But Liberty Center, they're running that tight end right up the middle, and Bryan's flying to the ball on the edges and leaving that tight end wide open.
Well, I'm telling you, Roston Peters has done a really good job here. No fumbled snaps. Everything's clean with the function on the snaps and the offensive line. So far, so good. Good growth by Liberty Center. Snap to Roston here, straight ahead to Colton Weimer, and there is Bryan to swarm for no gain. That'll put him in 3rd and long. I'm imagining here, Mark, Liberty Center is in 4-down territory trying to get in this end zone. They're inside the 35 at the 31-yard line with 59 seconds to go. 2nd and 11, but Liberty Center looking for their first score here and on the march and has controlled the football here the last 4 minutes. Done a really good job on this drive. Big 3rd down with 44 seconds to go. Single setback, Westoven. Barrett in motion to the wide side of the field. Here's the snap. He's looking to throw. He's going to go deep. He's going to go right to Parasini. Great cut, route adjustment, touchdown. Liberty Center gets on the board, and that was number 14, Troy Parasini. That ball was not thrown that well. He ran to it. It's almost like Roston threw him open, Mark, but Troy Parasini in double coverage, breaks inside, makes a great route adjustment, and touchdown.
Oh, and they're going to.
Oh, my gosh. Did you see that flag? I did not see that flag.
I did not see that at all.
I did not even see a flag. What would Spike call that? Dirty, rotten.
No good. Stinking yellow flag.
Stinking yellow flag. Wow, what a play by Liberty Center, and we get called on a false start.
Oh, they said the end wasn't covered. It was an illegal formation.
Not enough men on the line of scrimmage. That's tough, man.
Guy all the way on the other side called it.
Oh, that was a big – Mark, we score a touchdown there. We get the ball at half. We can stay in this game. That was a big-time play by Roston Peters and an outstanding route adjustment by Troy Parasini for the touchdown. But, illegal formation by Liberty Center or false start. One of the two. I'm not quite sure I got that call cleanly.
Illegal formation.
Here we go. Parasini. Split wide to the right, has a great advantage here. Toss sweep to Westoven. Here we go up the field. Westoven, good job, good gain. On 1st and 15. Gets out of bounds with 18 seconds to go. I see Troy Parasini split wide to the top side.
Yep. To
the Bryan sideline, and it looks like he has an advantage over his cornerback. So I'm anxious to see if we're going to get to him one more time. He is an outstanding athlete. Can do a lot of different things for you, but he is an outstanding catcher of the football.
Yeah, and that play that he scored the touchdown on showed you what he can do. Peters looked off him first, pump faked the side screen, and then threw it down the field, and that was exactly what Coach Jesse Miller told him to do. So he was happy with that. So Liberty's starting to settle in a little bit, Scott. They're looking a little more comfortable. The linemen are coming off the ball. And, again, the demeanor in the huddle there is just, guys, just do Liberty stuff.
Well, I'll tell you what, Liberty Center has possessed this ball, multiple first downs. They've had success throwing it. They've had success running it on the inside. Roston Peters is doing a good job of directing this offense. And I'll tell you, the star of the game for me so far has been Jack Ward at center. You know, with number 51, Cooper Hageman, out of this game, you know, Mr. Versatility, number 33, Jack Ward, has punted well. He's snapping well. He's blocking well, Mark. The center, we talk about all these other guys, quarterbacks, running backs. The center, if you don't get that operation right, you don't have a football team. And at Archbold, we really struggled, and we've been able to bring some stability to that position with our center missing. So good job by number 33, Jack Ward.
Yeah, the injured center and the injured quarterback here on this team's been following me up and down the sidelines.
Yeah, very difficult to have two of your main operational guys out of the football game, but Roston doing a really good job. Single setback. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the right. Baxter Barrett, number 6. Bishop. Olis back to throw. Oh, nice little looking for a screen. Oh, one-handed catch by Parasini, but he does fumble the football. Did he have possession? They're going to call it no possession.
They're calling it.
He snatched that ball like Odell Beckham, but did not control it.
I think that was 4th down anyway, wasn't it?
I think this is 4th down right now. That is 1st down for Bryan. That was a 4th down play.
That was 4th down anyway.
Bryan may be just content to we'll see if they want to put one more score on the board. Liberty better be aware of the deep pass. They've been able to run those deep cuts or those streaks down the numbers and had some effectiveness. Liberty, no pressure on the quarterback. That does not help. So Liberty hoping to keep Bryan out of the end zone. 11 seconds to go. Bryan on there. I don't see the spot of the football. Waiting for it to be spotted, but
It's like about the 34-yard line.
okay. About the 34-yard line. Here we go. Number 6, Jake Arnold.
There's a lot of cool advantages being down here on the field.
Uh,
We might have to do this again. Maybe tomorrow night. Who knows?
You're thinking about it. I know you're thinking about it. I like the fact you're doing some hybrid play-by-play color from the sideline. Here we go, number 6, Jake Arnold in the shotgun. Going to go up and out. Number 10, he's looking for a receiver. This is not a bad thing to force Jake Arnold to run because that clock runs and get the liberty to the locker room. 4 seconds to go. They're running the out and up again to Ethan Longoria, but Liberty Center doing a really good job of honoring that as Arnold rolled to his right. That he did not see Longoria open. Liberty had black uniforms on the backside ready for that throw. Fourth, this can be 2nd and 5 at their 39. This should be the last play of the half.
Tamarine, normally at nose guard, moves back here to rover safety. Made a great play, not biting on the thing. Watched the quarterback and made a good play there.
Rushing only 2, so a bunch of guys in coverage. So good job by Colton. Here he goes. He's running. Number 6 is tackled in the open field by number 68, Caleb Morrison, to end the half. So Bryan was looking for the big one, but Liberty's defense, pass defense, really tightened up. But Liberty gets into the halftime breakdown 22-0 against a very good, deep Bryan Golden Bear team. 10-minute halftime. We'll get back at you after this.
Tiger Sports Live would like to thank its 2024-25 title sponsors: KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, Swanton Welding, P's and Ello's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, and the Gerald Grain Centers. We appreciate you guys. They support us, so please support them. They support us, so please support them.
And he's paved every road in Henry County.
Twice.
I think when we were in Florida, I think when we were in Florida in our rental car, he may have said, I paved this road.
I wanted to add it. I built the bridge going into Belgium. 1979. Yeah. That's why. Is it? Oh, Rex in there. I don't need you.
So he's talking forever to like twice in like 3 years.
I was like, yeah, that's like, yeah, stay there. So when I came back out, I grabbed it and started drinking. She actually left it inside so mistakenly.
Seriously, that is awesome. That's back on again. I'm talking. I can hear myself. Maybe you need to turn my.
He got stuck at work last minute. He apologized 100 times. I'm like, stop texting me. My phone's buzzing and I'm live on the sidelines.
Well, that is exactly how we would do it. Have to do a pseudo color play-by-play, but in terms of the clarity and the things you can see, I think Jigs is going to love that.
I love it. I love it.
Wow, that's great.
Think so.
We're working through some weather things, I think.
Teresa Kuzma said we could.
Well, we're just gonna be on ours. We'll be on our sidelines, or we'll be on there. We'll be on ours, but it'll be across from us, right?
Yeah, he'll be across. Well, he can be on either sideline.
Well, they don't probably want a Liberty guy on their sideline to be my guess.
Well, we're a broadcasting company. So.
Well, with Liberty Center colors and
Yeah.
logos. So you want to take over the play? After halftime, with Bryan leading 22-0, and Liberty Center was on the march and had scored a touchdown, Mark, on a great pass play and catch by Roston Peters and Troy Pericini, but Liberty Center either false started or did not have enough men on the line of scrimmage. I saw the whirling of the arms thinking false start, but regardless, that was a huge play for Liberty to not get the touchdown on, and here we are with the ball down 22-0.
Well, and I tell you, Scott, one of the things that I really appreciated that you don't get a sense of up here is the interaction between the coaches and the players, and all the credit to the world of coaches. You know, at this point, you could be like, "What are you doing? Plot some," you know, and they weren't. They were like, "Hey, look, you know what we got to do."
James Whitmire and Jesse Miller, fabulous coaches. Here we go. First play, third quarter, in the pistol, one setback. Straight handoff to Westoven. Big penetration, number 67. I don't know that I have his name, but he makes the play, beats his block. Or is that number 57?
No, 67.
Okay, because 57's in there too, but number 67, don't have his number, but excellent play. he's playing a down tackle, and Bryan just continues to dominate the line of scrimmage. Liberty 2nd and 14 with 7:35 to go.
You know, I want to finish one other thing with the coaches. They went to Ralston Peters and said, great game management. You're managing it. You're getting the snaps. Great job, bud. Keep it up. We'll figure it out.
Westover, Barrett, setbacks out of the pistol. Oh, nice job, Liberty Center. Looks like Ralston Peters was able to draw on offsides to get 5 yards back. That'll put Liberty at 2nd and 9 on their own 31. That's the second offsides penalty against Bryan. And, Mark, you talked about how eager they are to hit. They're flying to the ball, and sometimes those extended counts get you an extra 5 yards. So here we go.
You know, Scott, the other thing I noticed, I want to give credit to the Bryan players, is no matter what, they're flying to the ball, they're hitting people, they're helping people up and saying, hey, nice job.
Sportsmanship.
Yeah, nice job. They're patting Liberty on the back, vice versa. Liberty's doing that too. So a lot of nice gamesmanship here.
Four-man front, handoff to Bergstrom. Barrett with a good cut. Here goes Bergstrom in the middle of the field.
Fumble.
Looks like it was a fumble by Bergstrom.
32 picked it up.
Good hole by the offensive line. Really appreciate what's being done inside Liberty Center. That's where they had their most success. Caleb Lester, Jack Ward inside, really doing a good job blocking people. Number 79, Levi Orth, excellent job. So Liberty.
And you can't tell by the camera angle, they got their hands full, Scott.
They do. 3rd and 6, 2 running backs. Oop, little fake handoff, and here comes Ralston Peters trying to get to the outside. Bryan with a good job pursuing down the line of scrimmage. Looks like maybe a gain of 1. Liberty was in a 3rd and 6. Looks like a 4th and 5. There could be a punt here, but the coaches are talking about maybe going for it.
Yeah, I think you're down 22-0. You know, I don't know. Maybe you try to draw an offsides here again.
Here goes Bergstrom Barrett bringing the play in, and Liberty now 4th and 6 on their own 39 with 5:57 to go.
Bergstrom Barrett, our own little Tiger Sports Live statistician here.
Okay, we had 4 wide receivers to the short side of the field to our sideline. Good snap. He's going to have Parasini wide open, but Ralston's going to run it. I think if he gets there, he's going to get the first down. Great job by Ralston Peters. They loaded up the short side of the field to our sideline. Had Parasini open on a route, but Ralston Peters, the running back you're talking about, saw the opportunity, gains 11 yards, first down, Liberty Center. Great play call by the coaches. Great run by Ralston Peters.
Yeah, and they used Bryan's ability to fly to the ball. They were going to fly over here. Yeah, they were going to fly over here and break up that little dump pass. And Peters, again, as you said, he's a running back playing quarterback right now, and they made a great play.
2 setbacks. Here we go. Here's a toss to Westoven, trying to get to the perimeter. Not really a strength for Tice Westoven to get to the sideline. He's not really an outside runner, and Bryan has done a great job all day long containing those tosses and sweeps. Loss of 3 yards.
Well, and as tough as Tamarine is, he's a buck
He's a
five.
bit outgunned. He's a bit outgunned.
Yeah.
Another guy doing a good job
Tried
on the
to block
inside.
big number 78. Tamarine went up against number 78. How big is he?
That's tough. He's an enormous person at nose guard. Bryan in a 4-man front with 2 linebackers behind him and a monster. Oh, nice job. A little option, and Ralston picks up a couple yards. A little fake into the line of scrimmage to Bergstrom Barrett, not Baxter. Baxter gets surgery tomorrow on his ACL. Bergstrom into the line, but good job on that little read option by Ralston. A couple yards, Liberty 3rd and 11.
Let's see. Bo, Beatrice,
Baxter and Bergstrom, all B's.
You guys should turn the page to the other letters.
Yikes. Charlene wanted the killer bees. And
oh, there you go.
She got the nice butterflies, I think is what she got.
That's right.
3rd and 11 on the Liberty Center 47-yard line. 4:55 to go. 2 setbacks. Here's the snap to Ralston. Looking to throw. He's trying to get some time. Number 70 chases him down late over the middle. Kind of a no-no for Ralston. He was getting sacked. Number 70, Harrison 6, had him. And Ralston trying to make a play, and you understand that. He had Parasini open on the right side of the offense, but the pressure from Bryan, and then he throws the ball late and over the middle. Interception by Bryan, turns the ball over. A learning curve. I know that Ralston wants to make a play, but he was in the grasp. I almost thought they were going to call him down there, Mark.
That's what I thought, too. The referee had his hand up but let it go. Also, Scott, he did have a Liberty Center receiver out there, but he didn't break for the ball. The Bryan, I'm not sure he saw it.
Yeah.
Because he didn't move for the ball at all, but the safety for Bryan just ate that up. And
Here we go, Liberty Center now with a 3-man down line against Bryan. 1st and 10 on the 48-yard line of Liberty Center. Arnold with the handoff. Looks like it's going to be a little throw here. He's got number 10 in the middle of the field, wide open. Good job, good defensive play.
Did he catch that?
Did he catch
oh,
that?
my goodness.
He did. Was
what
that a catch?
What a play.
Liberty Center had that play. Bishop Olis, I thought, did a fabulous job technically playing through the ball. And the wide receiver, I think, is that number 2 again.
Yes, it is.
Landon Decker, who's made some big plays today, was able to cradle that ball.
Wow.
And get the catch for a big gain inside Liberty Center's 20.
That, folks, was just a bang-bang play by 2 8th graders, folks. Appreciate what just happened there.
36-yard pickup. 1st and 10 on Liberty's 14. Bryan with Arnold at quarterback. One setback, number 22, Griffin Fowler. Here's the handoff to Griffin. Liberty Center got the play stretched out.
There's
Getting
a
some
flag.
holding right there.
They got it.
Going to be number 2, Landon Decker on the hold.
Over it.
On Bishop Olis. Liberty had done a good job in the secondary.
He pointed the wrong way.
It's okay. That was a holding against
It is holding
Bryan,
against Bryan.
for sure.
He pointed the wrong way.
Liberty's corners did a good job that time. Olis came up and played the outside run, forced number 22, Griffin Fowler, back in, but the holding call will back Bryan up 10 yards.
And Bryan wanted a definition of that, and he's like, he just grabbed him and threw him down. It wasn't a big deal.
That happens, too, when defensive backs come up to force the play inside. Those blockers out front sometimes can't get them squared up, and holding does happen a lot on those outside zone plays. So Bryan now, 1st and 15 on Liberty's 20-yard line. 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen, 1 on top. 1 setback out of the shotgun. Bad snap, but handoff to Fowler, this time up the middle. Good tackle there again by number 14, Troy Parasini, Liberty Center. Need to tighten things up on the front 7, but good tackling there by Parasini.
Well, and I'm watching Tamarine. You have to watch the ball. I'm watching Tamarine. Boy, he's just getting low, and just he's like that little gnat you can't kill that bugs you.
He's tough.
You know, he's just in there.
Tamarines are tough. That kid is one tough guy to play against that kind of size. Now 2nd down. Arnold rolls out to his left. He's got a receiver open there, number 10.
Oh, Liberty's got to make – nice tackle.
Parasini now starting to stack some tackles. Good job. They've made a lot of good throws to Ethan Longoria. He's done a good job. He's got good set of hands, runs good routes. They put Arnold, they roll him opposite to his left. And, Mark, that's a hard thing to do as a quarterback, a young quarterback, but it shows you the kind of confidence and athleticism that number 6, Jake Arnold, has.
Well, and when I was coming up from down on the field, a couple of the Bryan guys were over there, and they were talking to a couple of Liberty guys they knew, and they're projecting this kid will be the quarterback next year.
He might.
For
He's
Bryan.
physically gifted. 3rd and 5 on Liberty Center's 10-yard line. Big play for the Tiger defense. Handoff up the middle to Fowler. Fowler makes his way, and it'll be a touchdown for Bryan. As the Bryan Golden Bears did a really good job up front, that offensive line, moved some bodies, and Bryan gets in the end zone. Liberty Center just struggling up front to handle some of that size, and Fowler with another touchdown, 28-0. Bryan looking for 2 to go up 30-0.
Yeah, and Bryan is 11-0 or some dumb number like that.
Did not lose last year and have not lost this year. And this
you can see why. It's just pure size. I mean, it's you can talk talent, and they are very talented. They're executing blocks. They're doing it. But when you've got a 200-pound guy up against a $120 guy, it just the math don't work.
A little rollout, little option play, and Arnold gets in without anybody touching him. Everybody jumped on number 22, Griffin Fowler, on the dive play, and it was a good read by Arnold to get in the end zone to make this thing 32-0. This game kind of turned on the non-touchdown to Parasini from a good throw from Roston Peters. Liberty did not get in the end zone at 22-7 or 22-8 there, and then Liberty then could not capitalize on that first drive. And Bryan now a commanding 30-0 lead here with 2:47 left in the third quarter. And I know those coaches now really are going to do a lot of encouraging and teaching. This is a growth opportunity for Liberty. Got beat by Archbold 2 weeks ago with losing the quarterback, Jack Badenhop. They got themselves together for a win against Swanton, but knew that today's task was going to be a lot more difficult, and it is 30-0 Bryan.
Hey, real quick, let's talk a little bit about schedule. Tomorrow we'll be at the home of the Bryan Golden Bears as we travel to the west to take them on. Our crew will be online at 6:15 with the pregame, and then Saturday's game with Bryan has been canceled. The JV will actually go to Perrysburg and play.
Liberty Center first down here. Run up the middle to Colton Weimer. And
fumble.
Like maybe another fumble mishandle there. Has Bryan picked that ball up here? Nope. It's going to be Liberty Center recovered. Colton Weimer. Liberty knows that they've had some success on inside run. Bryan closed that down. They're running a four-man front. Number 67, we don't have his name, but he's played a good ball game. Number 72, Mason Grime, has played a good ball game. And number 79, Easton Salmons. So Bryan controlling the line of scrimmage right now. Liberty second down and about 12 to go on the 34-yard line. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. One setback, which is Westoven. Roston back. Throw to Bergstrom Barrett. He makes one move. Here he goes. Gets to the sideline. And Bergstrom, good job. Good catch. Bergstrom Barrett, good set of hands. Made the catch and picked up a bunch of extra yards. Liberty, good throw by Roston Peters. I like those quick throws, Mark. It gets the ball out to the perimeter in a good one-on-one matchup. Bergstrom won that one for 7 yards. Good play.
Well, the only thing you can overcome size with is speed and execution.
Yeah, and good play calling by the coaches to get some people free. 3rd and 3 here, minute 26 on the Liberty Center 42. 2 setbacks for Roston at quarterback. Here's the handoff to Tice Westoven. He's driving, trying to get some extra yards. Bryan does a good job against that inside run. I think Liberty might be in this going for it.
Down territory. They got to be down 30-0.
Well, remember that play that Roston picked up? 4 receivers to the short side. He uses his speed to get 12 or 13 yards to pick up the last 4th down. 4th and 2 here, Mark. 58 seconds to go in the third quarter. Bryan up 30-0. Big play by Liberty Center's offense. 2 backs, Barrett and Weimer. And number 7, Braxton Tamarine at wing. Here's the handoff to Westoven. He's got a bit of a crease, and he's got the first down. And Liberty Center, when they needed to have it, they went to their horse, number 35, Tice Westoven, and that right side of the offensive line did it just enough to get Liberty 3.5 yards and a first down as the clock is winding down here in the third quarter. Great blocking by Liberty Center's offensive line, and great job by the coaches to say, we're going for it.
Get upfield.
Kids
quick.
got it done. Great job by Tice Westoven.
I like that. They didn't go outside. They ran right off tackle.
Caleb Lester over there doing a great job blocking. Number 62, Jake Parasini, just moving those bodies just enough. And you're getting great play today by Jack Ward at center. The third quarter will run out here with Liberty down 30-0, but on the drive, 47-yard line. End of the third quarter, Bryan 30, Liberty nothing.
Tiger Sports Live would like to thank its 2024-25 title sponsors: KK Collision, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Affinity IT Group, Swanton Welding, P's and Ello's Pizza, Ohio Asphalt Paving, Davis Farm Services, Holgate Metal Fab, and the Gerald Grain Centers. We appreciate you guys. They support us, so please support them. Bryan Golden Bears 30, Liberty Center 0. And Scott, it's all been about size. It really has. It's Bryan. I've said it a million times. They're big. They execute. They've got an athletic quarterback, and they've got a couple really good athletic receivers.
I counted 31 kids. I've got a 33-man roster here. Great size, the athleticism. They're deep. This Bryan football team, this particular group of players is something you can build something very lasting on. So
absolutely.
Anxious to see how Liberty Center and Bryan match up tomorrow in the varsity game. But first, we got 8 minutes to play. Liberty Center takes the ball over here at their 47-yard line, looking for their first score of the game. Just can't say enough about the job Roston Peters has done running this offense. Single setback Westoven. Here we go. Little toss sweep to Westoven on the outside. He gets rid of the first guy. Now he's driving through. Boy, good job by Bryan's defensive backs. Just when you thought Westoven could get upfield,
they fly to the ball.
Here comes a safety to stop any real gain. So good job by Bryan. Excellent tackling team, very physical. But Liberty Center probing. Is it outside? Is it off tackle? Is it inside? And they've had spots of success looking to string that together. 2nd and 11. on their own 46-yard line here in the fourth quarter. Bryan up 30-0, but Liberty Center driving the football.
Yeah, and Liberty has to mix it up, Scott. They can't be predictable. If Bryan starts stacking the box on the traps, nothing's going to happen. So good play calling by Liberty Center.
Here we go. Roston, he's going to roll out and throw the ball. He's got a guy throwing it deep. He was looking for Parasini, but everybody pretty covered. I like putting Roston on the rollout, on the run, on the move. He's smaller. You get him outside the pocket, he can see better. He sees his receivers, and he's athletic enough and quick enough.
He's a threat for the run also.
Of course.
So
that run-pass option for him, and he's shown on a couple ties today, a couple runs today where he can get out and get by some people. 3rd and 11.
Well, and I'll tell you a couple other traits I've seen from him, which I really like, and he did it again there. He was telling his receiver, look, you got to get upfield, man.
Good communication.
Get upfield. Come on.
Well, you know who we want to throw it to, Troy Parasini, one of the top players in this league. Here we go. Single setback. Roston with a pump. He's going to go after Parasini here in the middle of the field. Oh, and he goes up and makes a catch. As we talk about
you look like a genius.
Outstanding play by number 14. 2 guys on top of him in the vicinity. But, you just can't outplay the best player on the field. And I believe today that player is Troy Parasini with a phenomenal catch. And you know what? I love the confidence that Roston Peters had to throw the ball up and trust your receiver. What a play by Liberty Center. Probably the play of the game. Here's the replay. Roston, good pump to the sidelines. He goes up and basically makes a spectacular catch over top the safety in the corner. Great job, Liberty Center. First down on the 26-yard line of Bryan, and we're driving. Peters again to throw. To Parasini again. Good cut inside. Another good cut inside. Run into daylight. Cuts it back up the middle. Nice looking play by Liberty Center. Wide receiver screen to the inside receiver mark. And now Liberty's driving. Some confidence. Roston Peters, Troy Parasini. That's a great looking tandem right there.
Yeah, and you talk about Liberty Center out of the pistol. That gives them that extra couple seconds for him to survey the field and let the receivers get down there. Liberty Center's line did a great job of keeping the defenders at bay there.
Roston's had some time here. That throw to Parasini, the play before, that offensive line really held up. First and 10 on the Bryan 15, looking for their first score of the game. 2 setbacks, another pistol. Again, offsides.
No, I'm not sure Liberty didn't take off on that.
They're going to give us a false start. Well, that's been a good play for us to draw them offsides, but Liberty Center with the false start now. Behind the chains at 1st and 15.
Tight end on the Liberty side took off.
Well, Liberty's getting some momentum, and, even these kids kind of feel it like, let's get to the next play. We're driving. And Bryan's on their heels right now. Liberty with a score would help them with their confidence here. 1st and 15 on Bryan's 20. 4:25 to go. Bryan 30-0, but Liberty Center on the drive. Roston Peters back in the pistol. Wide setback here. Westhoven to his right. Tamarine to his left. He's pumping. Looking again to number 21. Bergstrom Bear wide open and catches it for a touchdown. Liberty Center. Great pump fake to freeze the safety.
To Parasini, which they were
and they jumped on Parasini. Great job by the coaches. Like, you could see them talking about pump 14, and Bergstrom Barrett with a great route adjustment cradled that football for a huge touchdown. Liberty Center really needed that for their confidence. That was a drive, Mark. That wasn't a play.
Right.
That was a drive. That's much different than one big play, Liberty.
Hey, that's a great point, because a lot of times you go, we scored. Well, you made one big play.
You made money
I'll go back and I will name names. The Archbold game. Everybody said Archbold scored. They had one big play.
Liberty Center looking for 2-point conversion here. Roston looks like he might run the football. Can he get to the pylon? He does! Oh, I thought he had touched the pylon.
Oh, get in line there.
Oh, man, who's paying your bills? Referees, here we go.
The referee never moved to the line. He was behind the play, so he didn't even see that.
I think that was a good call by the referees.
Yeah, I did too.
I thought Roston had the pylon there. Maybe if he reaches out and just touches the pylon. Let's
see the replay.
The replay. Oh, he's so close. He had that ball in the left hand, but Bryan did a really good job Boom Boom on the replay.
You want to teach the kids. I don't care if you can't reach the pylon. Hit the pylon with the ball. Make the pylon move.
Boom, boom. Can you do that one more time from the top or not? I want to see that play one more time. We've got an extra second. Boy, I tell you what, that was a good job by the Bryan defenders, especially those cornerbacks. Maybe we can't. Here comes the replay again. From the tip, he does a good job. Oh, he's going to throw this to Bergstrom. And Bergstrom Bear goes up and makes a really good catch. I think that ball was bobbling, but he did secure it. But 30-6, Liberty with a really good-looking drive. A lot of different kinds of plays. Got the ball into Troy Parasini's hands. We had some good runs. And Roston Peters, you can just see him growing when confidence.
Yeah, I like that.
Bryan now. Here we go. 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line of Bryan, Liberty Center. 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers. We sneak into almost like a 4-man front here.
Oh, man, the
Snap,
receiver
inside
over
run,
there.
fumble, Liberty Center all over it. Do we get
Oh,
the
no,
fumble?
they didn't know where the ball was,
Oh, my
and
gosh.
Bryan got it.
3 Liberty guys all over that, and we could not come up with it. Wow.
It's got the receiver. I thought he threw a flag. The receiver on the far side never got set.
Wow. Man, oh, man, Liberty. Could you imagine you pick the fumble up there, and now you're back in business on offense. But this time a negative play for Bryan on a fumbled missed handoff. 2nd and 11 on Bryan's 34. Liberty's defense right now looking pretty stout. Bryan getting some work at quarterback. Different guys getting some snaps here. Handoff, another fumble this time. Liberty Center. This could be Liberty's ball this time. That second fumble, and that is going to be Liberty Center's ball.
And that's 32. Picked it up.
Number 32, Caleb Lester. Fool me once, shame on
That's
me.
right.
Fool
I
me
missed the
twice,
first
shame
one, buddy.
on you. Good job by Liberty's defense. Struggling a little bit, Tyler Tipton trying to get the ball into the belly of the running back in both snaps. Now, Bryan obviously in control of this game, Mark, and they could do some different things. The coaches will not be happy. Hands on hips over there. They're up 30-6, but Liberty Center with a lot of momentum. Good job by the defense.
Well,
Good job by the defense.
I want you to notice, too, everybody that's watching, is Ralston Peters has not come out of the game, not one play. He's been on every offensive snap and every defensive snap.
2 running backs here. Little handoff to Bergstrom Barrett. He goes up in the middle of the field. Here he goes. He breaks to the sideline. Good run. Liberty Center off tackle.
Almost looked like a face mask there. He kind of turned weird.
Gain of 7. Liberty has had some effective runs inside the tackles mark against this really big defensive line for Bryan. That tells you that our offensive line has done some good work in there today.
Yep.
Not a lot, but there's been a nice amount of plays where they've been positive in there. 2nd and 4, gain of 6. Ball on the Bryan 28. 2 minutes and 38 seconds
Bryan
to go.
with a lot of their twos in the defensive backfield.
Here's the toss sweep to Westoven.
Oh, that's going to be a flag.
That's going to be a flag on Colton Weimer. And you're right. Bryan's got enough guys over there with 31 to have a second team. And, and let's be honest with ourselves. This game's kind of been in Bryan's hands now. Since that drive in the first half where we could not get that touchdown, Bryan's been in control. So they're definitely running some guys in and getting some reps for some younger guys or guys maybe that aren't first teamers or even second teamer. 33 guys, that's a lot of dudes.
Yeah, that's 3 units. You got 1s, 2s, and 3s at that point.
And, Liberty's playing with a 16-man deck with a couple of key injuries. Jack Badenhop, probably our best player. And without Jack, a lot of playmaking ability. He'll be out the rest of the season. But I like what I see from this offensive line, and this coaching staff got these guys ready to play a tough ball game. And sometimes the season can be lost when you lose your best players. It's not lost. There's a lot of good things going on the field today for Liberty.
And Liberty went out and won the very next game.
They did.
So,
a very important game against Swanton.
That would have been pivotal to me to say, look, we got to come out and perform now.
2nd, 13 after the penalty. Ralston, here he goes. Straight dive to Bergstrom Barrett. Good cut inside. Here comes Bergstrom. Good run. It's going to be a face mask, I think.
Yeah. I don't know that he pulled it.
That could be maybe a 5-yarder. But again, inside run. I know it's probably against the second team that Bryan has, but Mark, again, they've found some yards, 6, 7, 8-yard runs being physical inside.
And it was a 5-yard face mask. Yeah, he didn't pull it. He just had a hold of it.
I want you to watch Coach Jesse Miller. He's teaching how to finish runs, how to stay behind your shoulder pads. And, again, Liberty's down 30-6. They're going to lose this football game, but you did not see any composure lost by that staff.
Well,
teaching, encouraging. And you've been talking about it all game.
Yep.
I think that's a huge takeaway today.
Well, and you made a great point. This is not about winning an 8th-grade football team. It's
where do you have the banners?
That's right.
We're trying to win a state championship at the varsity level. So Liberty Center inside handoff to Colton Weimer. Colton really physical in there.
First down.
Liberty Center is going to move the chains here with 1:50 to go. First down, Colton Weimer. Again, inside run, Liberty. That offensive line certainly disadvantaged on size, but, man, they have stayed at it all day long today. Only 1 turnover today for Liberty Center. That was the interception by Ralston Peters. A lot more positive plays here in the second half, too. A lot to be encouraged about. I love the play of Ralston. I think our running backs have done well, but our offensive line today has really stood up and done some good things. 1st and 10 on Bryan's 23 as the clock runs. 2 setbacks. First bad snap of the game, but here's Roston using his speed, trying to get outside. But Bryan does a good job of chasing it down. That is the first bad snap that I have seen from Jack Ward to Roston Peters. And I'll tell you what, 2 weeks ago at Archbold, we had I think we had 8 fumbles, Mark. From 8 fumbles and not able to function to getting in, last week for a victory over Swanton and then doing what we've done today. Not too shabby. With a minute to go, Bryan up 30-6. Liberty 2nd and 16 on Bryan's 29-yard line.
Liberty's instills the next man up mentality.
And that's
the other
what
thing
Roston
I like,
Peters has
Scott,
done.
is the varsity team is coming back from their dinner, and they're at the fence supporting the junior high players right
It's
now.
a culture.
I like that.
It's
That's
a
right.
culture at Liberty Center. And we like to call it, at the youth level, corporate football. Pre-K through varsity, everybody feels a part of it. These junior high guys are wearing the same colors they do on Friday nights.
Yep.
It's Liberty Center.
Well, what's Casey Moeller say? It's a business trip.
It is a business trip. Tomorrow night, a business trip to Williams County.
That's right.
To
We'll
go
be
play
there.
the Bryan Golden Bears on LC Tigers Sports Live. Packing up the gear, Mark, and we're going to be there early, so hopefully the Liberty Center fans show up as
I
well.
know Diamond Dan Kessler's here. Cole
Diamond
Bauman. We're going to
Dan.
pack the gear up, make sure we got everything.
Toss sweep. Oh, mishandled there a little bit. Did
And,
Liberty recover it?
I don't know. They're fighting for it. I think Bryan's got it, number 25.
For sure.
Made a great play, got out there, ripped the ball out, and recovered it. I mean, you can't ask to do much more than that.
And one of the things I've been impressed with tonight, too, is the Bryan's corners and the secondary players.
Dogs.
They support the run.
Oh, yeah.
They're not just backpedaling, they're getting forward and exploding on tackles, and that was what they did there. Not a lot of room for error for Liberty Center, and made a couple of errors there. That drive to stop it, I think Bryan will probably run one more play. They're up 30-6. 25 seconds to go here, 1st and 10 on the Bryan 39-yard line. Just an excellent football team. They're in some sort of victory formation here.
Yep. I like that. And
Well,
this
just
class.
absolutely. Their coaching staff did it right tonight. They took care of business, and Liberty Center fought hard, though. You'll have to like the second half, the teaching that went on. Our offensive line certainly improved throughout the game, and again, a loss. Bryan wins this game 30-6, but I was really impressed with some of the things that Liberty was able to do in the second half.
Well, when you lose your quarterback, that's been your quarterback probably since about 4th grade.
Huge.
With this group, and you lose your center, you want to talk about things starting
Adversity.
You're losing 2 of your key offensive components. Then you're also losing some defensive players because they played on both sides of the ball.
Right.
So to stick a new center in there, man, if you've ever played on the line, I never did play quarterback. At $120, you can't really play the line in the City League. That in itself, snap the ball, blocking assignments. I've never played. Now, he might have moved from guard or tackle, so he understands the line play a little bit, but still. Right. And Ralston Peters never came off the field, Scott. Not one play I watched.
Yeah, it was impressive today. There were a number of things that you have to take away from a loss against Bryan, the best junior high team in the area. That second half, they put together a number of key drives, put together a lot of first downs, had some key plays on 4th down they were able to convert. Ralston Peters on a big 4th and 11 converted one inside our 50, and then the throw he makes to Bergstrom Barrett. There are bright spots all throughout this game, but Bryan was just too much to handle. Liberty Center goes down 30-6 to suffer their second loss of the season. We stand at 3-2. Bryan goes to 4-0, and I don't know that anybody gets in their way in this league in junior high.
I don't see it. I think just pure size matchup, Bryan is the team to beat, and the man until somebody beats the man.
For sure.
Those are men. I stood beside them. I think 2 of them might have competed to drive the bus here, Scott.
Well,
They're
a 31-man roster. Bryan football in this 8th grade class looks like they've got a lot to look forward to. Liberty Center goes down 30-6. LC Tiger Sports Live with our color sideline guy, Mark Bly, our producer, director, color guy in the booth, on the field. What else did you do today?
I cut the grass at the studio, changed the garbage bags. That's right.
Don't cut the grass on Kip Kern Field. It doesn't grow back. Liberty Center goes down tonight to Bryan. But tomorrow night, Liberty on the road, varsity at Bryan, a big league matchup. Liberty looking for their 6th win. Mark, any final comments before we get out of here?
Yeah, I think we saw a lot of good things. I think you tend to look at a 30 to 6 loss, and you go, but there is a lot of good things that came of this. And, Liberty's had some adversity. They're sticking together. They're doing Liberty stuff. Very impressed with the coaching mentality.
Absolutely.
My first day on the sidelines here, all teaching, all building a program. So I got to love it.
Well, so Liberty Center, some victories in a loss to Bryan tonight. Good job by the coaching staff. This team will be back next week, as I think they face – who do they got next week? Will that be – the junior high game will be – is that Delta next week or Patrick Henry?
I will
think
tell
we've
you
got
in a
Patrick
second. Let's see.
Henry
That
next
would be
week.
October
5th?
5th. They will be 8th grade Patrick Henry.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to have next Thursday, we'll have 7th and 8th grade as Patrick Henry will bring both their junior high teams. So we'll have back-to-back games. We go Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, a triple broadcast on Saturday.
Oh, my gosh. Hey,
So-
by the way, what are you paying your staff for triple broadcasts?
The same dollar they get for all the doubles.
That's a $0.
And-
Very good.
Unless it's Boom Boom and he gets a stipend of a Starry drink and a bag of popcorn.
All right. For Kessler and Boom Boom, this is Scott Barrett signing off with Mark Bly. It's good night and good Tiger Sports.
Broadcast is copyrighted by Tiger Sports Live for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of Tiger Sports Live is prohibited.